There you go.
Alright, so we're going to make our paper. We're going to start by filling the blender with about 2 cups of our recycled water from our bin here.
Very red water.
About half full. Then we're going to take our paper. Like I said, we have a regular shredder, so we cut it into some kind of even pieces just to make the blender a little easier for it to blend. We have a crosscut shredder, which we're hoping to buy here sometime. Make this a lot easier.
Yeah.
We can make the shredder do our work for us instead. Once you have that cut up, you could use your fingers. I like using a knife. Just press that paper down into the water. Just helps it get it blended, start soaking up that water. Get them all in there. Keep them from getting stuck to the sides usually. Put your lid on like with anything. When you start it up that first time, make sure you hold it down nice and tight so you don't get a splatter. Once it's going, you can let go. We have our timer, so we can time our 30 seconds. Consistent results. While this blends, I'm going to put this back together, so that's what I'll be doing. Because you won't be able to hear me, the blender being too loud.
Yep.
So, here we go. I also, as you notice, I use an apron because, well,
yeah, you got black clothes on, so it's harder for them to see.
Yeah,
but
I have. You can see little red splatters and stuff. It's just that way I don't have to worry about anything happening to my clothes.
Staining your clothes.
Yeah, especially when you're doing something like red or something like this. We have a few pieces here that didn't get blended in. That's fine. They'll get blended in the next time. Not a big deal.
And if you were just making one piece like that, you could throw it back in and blend it in.
Yeah, yep, if you're just making one, definitely. As I was putting this together over here, I don't know if you saw, but I tightened it up really good. Get it really, really tight so that's tight on the bottom.
And it does get foamy when you're reusing the water over and over. But it doesn't seem to do anything to the paper.
No, it turns out just the same as all the other ones that we're doing. So I use a knife. Again, you can use your fingers. I just like using a knife. You just kind of swirl it around. Make sure it's nice and even. It's no real rhyme or reason to this. I'm just moving it around.
Yep.
And then when you lift it up, make sure before you pull it out of the water, get a good grip on the bottom there. Hold it tight because you don't want those gaps that'll kind of slip out the edges. Let it drain straight down at first until you see that the water's kind of gone. And then you can tip it to a side.
So
it'll drain out to the corner. You'll get more water out that way. You can see our bubbles, our frothy foam is just kind of disappearing.
Yep, turning red.
And you bring it over here, pull your straps off, and I just kind of go like that until they fall down there. Lift this up slowly so you don't get a splatter. You can give it a little shake if it's holding tight. Set that down here, and here's a different part. We're actually going to take this out, set it aside, and so it's just on that piece of mesh on the bottom. We're going to put our screen on the top and our big tile sponge. A couple of nice presses here. Since our sponge is so big, we just need 2. Pretty covers it. And then I get the rest of the water on the tray. It doesn't need to be dry, but just get it up because it can roll back into your paper, and we're trying to get the water out, not in. So wring that thing out.
And the way we saw on the video and learning all these new little steps the step we missed, you don't have to press as hard as we were doing it before.
No, as you saw, I just did a couple more presses. I'm going to pull the screen off now, set that to the side. Now we have it on just there. Take a piece of our couche paper, set it on there, dry couche paper. Just press it on there just so it sticks. Then you're going to tip this over.
This is the part that we missed.
Yep. We're going to sponge more water out from the back through this mesh on the bottom. So you give a good press there. And all you're doing is just soaking out a little bit more water, but it turns out to be kind of a lot.
Yeah.
You pull this off, set that aside, take another piece of couche paper, set that on there, and then the use for the bar.
That we never could figure out.
What you do, this is a little unstable because of that, but all you're doing is pressing, using the bar nice and evenly across the piece of paper, and all you're doing is just soaking out more water from the couche into the couche paper.
Yeah.
And do that.
And it never
Take that
even
off,
gets
and
all
it's
the
not
way
even-
soaked.
Yeah, it's not even
Yeah.
fully wet. Set that aside. Now we have it on here, and since you've got more water out, it's a lot stronger. Set it
Easier
down
to handle.
over here. I usually press a little bit, just lightly in the corner, just so it kind of sticks to the table. It makes it easier to pull it up. And you just pull that right off,
Uh-huh.
and let it air dry over there. And you can
Yep.
let your couche papers dry
These are all
out
our wet
completely and
ones.
reuse them again. The paper, of course, we'll just let it air dry. And then what we do is we use an iron lighter and we
Yeah.
iron it.
When it's
completely
totally dry. That's what we found that works the
Otherwise,
best.
it takes so long to iron it dry when it starts out wet like this.
Yep.
It takes a really long time. But if you let
This
it air dry,
and this system
it gets nice.
works so much better. We
Beautiful
have
paper.
never made this much paper in one day.
Oh, it's so fast.
We're going to have 2 tables full of 14.
Yep, you can fit
So
14 sheets on a
28,
table.
28 pieces of paper today. That's unbelievable.
Yep.
So this is our new setup.
That's the process.
This is our new process. So you can wave goodbye.
Bye.